How's everybody doing this evening? I could not. Let's see. Should be live chat now. Hopefully, this is going to work. We're going to find out. I'm trying to get the live chat on over here on another screen, so hopefully I'm going to be able to pull this off. You guys, what up, Nate Prince, Sinister? What's going on, man? Hello. My voice is a little bit hoarse. If you guys can't tell, let me know if it be working. Right on. Sweet. Mimo, what's going on, man? William Lenderman, hello, hello. Bear with me for just a second here. I've got another screen right over here that I'm trying to get up and rolling. It is a little bit of a situation, but hopefully I'm going to make this work and make it happen. So how's everyone doing tonight? You guys hear me okay? Hopefully. Tabby is not with me. She had to stay at home. Of course, I asked her if she wanted to come, but audio's good, perfect. Well, my voice isn't good, but I'm just trying to do the thing here. Yeah, good enough. All right, let's do this. And then I'm going to do something here. Yeah, there's not much I can do about the looks, man. Setting up a new Instagram for the dogs, huh? Right on, Sinister. So I met Sinister earlier at Blade Show just today, and yeah, it's been a good time down here at Blade Show. Hopefully, anyone that attended Blade Show had a good time. I personally have had a fantastic time. All right, I'm starting to get this thing. No, I did not meet anyone from Naked and Afraid. Sorry, I was in. Okay, so I'm starting to get a chat rolling over here. It's taken a few moments to get this up and moving, but it's coming around, coming around. Okay, so yes, I got a bunch of scores. I got a whole bunch of boxes sitting next to me. So I'm going to show you guys what I picked up here at Blade Show. My biggest purchase that I purchased at Blade Show is actually out in the truck. So I won't be able to show that to you, but it is pretty sweet, and you guys will see it once I get it home and get everything set up and whatnot. Oh, Mrs. OCD in the house. So everybody keep the tabby talk down. Mrs. OCD just got in the chat here, so she says that she's just lurking. Um, yeah, so it so far has been a great time. My trip is going to continue tomorrow, and I'm heading down to Florida, and going to go see my son and continue my time off from work and just enjoy it, and should be good. No, Mimo, it was not another 3D printer. So we'll you heard Molly heard that. Well, hun, there were some people asking some tabby questions before you jumped in here. So Randy says keep tabby in the closet. I don't know why. I don't know what the deal is here with my the chat. There we go. So now I got more. They were disappearing on my screen very, very quickly. Molly's keeping tabs on me. Yeah, yeah, you'll have that. So So anyway, yes, Manny, I am tired. It has been three. Well, I got down here Thursday afternoon, and we started literally like an hour, and I was probably in Atlanta an hour and a half or so, and went straight over. And Enrique Pena was, you know, Pena Knives. He was out on the grill making street tacos outside. Zach, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I greatly appreciate it. Zach, and I'm going to call you once I'm done with the live stream. I saw your text a little bit ago, and I haven't had a chance to get back to you. I literally just got back to my hotel room, maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes ago, and I had to call Molly and talk to her and, do some stuff. So I don't know how bad the echo is in here. It sounds pretty bad for my ears, but hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. But the yeah, it's been a really great time. But so on Thursday night, I rolled into town, met up with Lee, Bama Knife Guy, and we went over and partook in the tacos that Pena and a guy that I met that is a knife dealer from Mexico. He's from Reynosa, Mexico. For those that don't know, it's just like right across the border from McAllen, Texas. His name was Guillermo. Super cool guy. So Guillermo, if you check out this live stream, man, you're a cool dude. I appreciated your. Yeah, it was a good time. We had a good time Thursday night, drinking some beers, eating some tacos out in the parking lot. It was a lot of fun. And then we went into the bar at that point and just kind of, Thursday night was just a hanging out and having a good time. And then we started early on Friday morning, had to get things set up and rolling, and then was in the Jack Wolf Knives booth, which I do not have my Jack Wolf knife. I don't have it handy, uh, but I was in the Jack Wolf Knives booth uh, all day Friday, all day Saturday, and then JN just finishing mowing right on. That's fantastic. Uh, yeah, what happens unless you're the bull, right on. Yeah, what happens at Blade Show stays at Blade Show. Well, there's been a lot of happenings at Blade Show. So if you guys want to hear some good stories, I've got some good stories. Been a lot of funny stuff go on. Uh, it's been a really good time. Definitely had a fantastic time this year. Last year was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it last year. This year was even better. Tons of people here. And I have no idea how many people attended Blade Show this year, but it was definitely a big event. There's no doubt about it. Hey, Troy, what's up? Pocket Razor, what's going on, man? Uh, Salt Knives, how's it going? Scott Yamada, what up? So, met a ton of really cool people. And yeah, story time with Justin, that's right. And met a lot of people that were fans of the show, and a bunch of other YouTubers, and got to hang out with a bunch of knife makers and content creators, and it was a whole lot of fun. We had a really really good time, and it was, yeah, pretty much from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. kind of schedule for the last couple of days. So everybody is missing their voice and missing sleep, and yeah, it's quite funny actually. Yeah, tonight we all went out to eat dinner. We went over to a cheesecake factory that's right across the way, and it was just hilarious. Like everybody's voices are so hoarse and whatnot. It was cracking me up just listening to people around the table. It was, yeah, a lot of fun. What up, Johnny? How's it going? Blaze, how's it going? Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. Thanks to all the channel members. I see you guys in the chat, so that's fantastic. I greatly appreciate it. So, do you guys want a couple stories first, or do you want to see the stuff that I show? Or do you want to talk about the big purchase that I made at Blade Show that's out in the truck? You guys let me know. You want stories or stuff? Actually, I'm gonna open a tea here. I don't know if the chat's just slow or what, but right on. So I'll just I'm gonna start out with the. You hope it's still in the truck. Yeah, definitely, Michael. I definitely hope that what I bought is still in the truck. Um, Show us the goods. Right on. Okay, so you guys know Knife Joker? Let me hold on a second. Uh, the Knife Joker, this guy right here. I'm sure you guys have seen this shop out and about. He's had a couple of dealer exclusives with Spyderco. The owner of Knife Joker, his name's Travis. Super cool guy. Met him kind of right off the bat on Thursday night when we were down eating tacos, and he was one of the guys that I just kept running into everywhere I went in the show. You know, it was funny because you can like run all over the damn place looking for a certain person and can't ever seem to find that person. However, it seems like there's a few people that no matter where you go, you always run into them. And for me, that person was Travis from Knife Joker and also Levon from Knife Nuts podcast. Those two guys I ran into like everywhere I went. It was pretty funny. But Travis from Knife Joker, was cool enough to hook me up with a few knives to review and check out. So he sent me home with a few things, and these aren't, he didn't give them to me. I have to send them back. But we've got a Pena X Series, which is really cool, and then a pair of Riots to take a look at. So I'll show you guys these knives really quick. We'll take a look at this thing's called exactly. This is the Micro Apache in marble carbon fiber, and it is sweet, sweet little blade, or front flipper, whatever you want to call it. Uh, yeah, nice little kind of sheep's foot blade, but this is the Micro Apache. Um, Really gorgeous little knife. So this is one that I'm bringing home. However, it's not mine. I don't get to keep it, but it is really cool to be able to check this thing out. So N390 marble carbon fiber Micro Apache. So that's number one, and we I'm going to go through them pretty fast because there's a lot of stuff to look at here. And then what else do we have here? Actually, I'm pretty sure that these Riot models are both, but this is cool. So this one is the mini Crossroads in white micarta. Pretty sweet. Uh, I'm not sure how much the Micro Apache is. These are the Micro Apache. I don't know how many fingers I can get on it. Two, really. But I'm not sure what the price is on that thing. I can tell you that it's really, really well made. So here's a little Riot patch or pouch coming with the patch and embroidered Riot on that side. Oh, and it's just a Velcro pouch on this one. And let's see what it comes with. Comes with a cleaning cloth. Oh, and some spare hardware. So that's cool. And this thing's sweet. This thing is factory fresh. It is in a sealed pouch. Well, here we go, because we're going to cut it open. I'm actually not going to show you the knife I'm cutting it open because I'm going to leave this as a surprise. There was one knife that was given to me, and I'll show you that one here in a bit. So this is the mini Crossroads in white micarta. The lighting in this room is not good, so sorry about that, but it's the best I can do. It's actually It's kind of maple wood coloring. That's the kind of color that it looks. But beautiful hollow ground blade. This thing is really, really sweet. I can't see the screen, so I'm just kind of moving shit around. But anyway, yeah, this is the Mini Crossroads by Riot. It is a knife, one that I had not seen before, and it also has a floating backspacer, if you can see that. Very cool. So, so I've got two different versions of this particular knife right here. I did check out the Growler Mimo, but Lefty was they weren't selling anything. They just had prototypes to look at, and yeah, he was missing his voice on day one, and I don't know that it ever recovered. I actually didn't even see Lefty today, so but certainly talked to him multiple times throughout the show. I just didn't run into him today. All right, so I'm gonna put that one down, and then so because I purchased one big thing that's out in the truck, I did not buy tons of knives, although I did get some cool ones. And so let's just get into it here. Yeah, I'll take a look at this one first. Actually, there's one that I didn't even bring over here, so I need to go and grab that, but we'll take a look at this one first. So I don't know if you guys have heard of this one yet or not, because it just released first day of Blade Show, but this one is from Giant Mouse, and it is called the Nazca, Nazca. Pretty cool. And this is the knife right here. Axis style lock. M390, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's M390. Yeah, M390. Pretty sweet blade, and definitely really, really good hand. It's got, yeah, pretty interesting knife, and pretty pumped on this. Will be. Not used to this view of me. Okay, right on. But top down deal just to show the knives. So you got to put up with my ugly face and the knives. You know what I mean? So, so this one's pretty cool. I thought it was a pretty interesting knife, and it's just a really interesting. So that's cool. And then let's see. Yeah, I'll open this one next. So I heard through the grapevine, and you know, one of the things, because I was working the Jack Wolf Knives booth, I didn't have a whole lot of time to just walk around and look and check out all the things. I was helping with his stuff, and so at one point on, I think it was on Friday, um, I heard that John from EMP EDC was in the other room, the small room. And for those that don't know, Blade Show is split up into two rooms. And so I ran over there and had to pick up a knife from John at EMP EDC. And this is what I picked up. It is the Nimble X. This one happens to be in, I think he called it a reverse tuxedo or something to that effect. It's pretty sweet. It's the large version of, but yeah, really cool knife. You guys know that I'm sure most, yeah, dig this one for sure. Super cool. So I got a Nimble X and a bunch of stickers and stuff from John, so that was really cool. And then I also picked up one of these, if you guys are familiar. Josh, that's sex. It's just a really cool knife. He had it in like a sheep's foot warny version of this, I'm pretty sure. But this one here with the frag pattern and the black blade and stuff, I just thought it was really cool, so I picked one up. But the Ask, I really just picked this up just to support Greg Medford. Um, and this thing's pretty service knife, and this is made by Medford Knife and Tool. It's really interesting, and then all the stuff's falling out of it, but it is like a Swiss Army knife style, double row. This one here is S45 VN. Comes with the Medford or the Ask Knives patch and little sticker. And you got stories on the cardboard and whatnot, and so there's a lot of info. The box is kind of interesting. It's kind of retail packaging, but the knife is really quite interesting. It's got the American flag right there, the little Ask Knives logo, and really cool little knife all the way around. So I'm going to open up the tools here on this old girl. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with the Ask knife. So this is what you've got for the tools. It's a modular build, so you can take it apart with these two screws here and make it a 1 stack or a 3 stack. He's got different tools and whatnot. This little kind of pry bar tool right here has an American flag like laser etched into it, and then this cap lifter tool here has laser etched made in the USA on the back side right there. And then the blade is a really nicely it's not actually polished. It's actually like, I can't remember what Greg said. It was 16 hours or something in a tumbler. So it's just high polish or, finer grit media in stone washing. And he gets these, really fine stone wash that ends up being like a polish and really nice hollow ground blade. But that is the Ask knife. Super cool. Definitely and picked up one of these knives just because it's really unique. So we'll definitely show this thing off and see what it's all about. All right, you guys want to see probably arguably, or I got it right here. There's actually, I got three more. So I'll start with this one. So I also picked up a Spyderco. So went over and met my buddy Chappie at Spyderco. Chappie, if you check this out, shout out, man. I really like Chappie. He's a great guy. But anyway, so I went over and saw Chappie on, it was Saturday morning. I never had a chance to go over and see him on Friday. And I went over to Spyderco, and they were all sold out of the things that I wanted. However, I was able to pick up one thing, and it was the last one they had, and this is what I picked up. They had one more Crew Carta PM2, and so I went ahead and picked this one up, just mainly just because this is probably, I don't know, I might mod it and sell it or something. That I really just picked it up because they are going away. So this one is in beautiful shape, brand new, and it's a good example for sure. Centering is perfect. It's definitely a good crew wear micarta PM2, definitely. So I got that old girl right there. And then I went over to the Hogue booth, and while I was at the Hogue booth, I had to pick up some more rubber work mats. So you could never have too many of these. These things are key in the shop. So definitely got some more of those. And then I picked up this little guy. Here we go. So this is a brand new model from Hogue, and I don't even know what the hell it's called. I guess it's just called the EXHT. So there you go. It's the 35864 EXHT. And this one is in orange with a 3.3-inch clip point blade. Comes in a handy dandy pouch like this right here. It's got the like neoprene interior to the pouch. And here is the knife. So this thing is the business. It is super cool. Comes with this little blade protector. It's not actually a sheath. It's just a little blade protector. So this knife is for, like, you know, just throw it in a bag kind of a scenario. But you can just push the blade protector off. It hooks right there around the poon, you know. So you know that I'm a sucker for a good poon. D10 handle scales, orange blade. I don't know what the coating is on the blade exactly, but check out the blade steel. Hopefully you guys can see that. I can't see the screen, but it is CPM M4. And check out how thin the blade stock is. So this thing is super cool. Nice little jimp thumb ramp right there. Yeah, really sweet setup. And pretty inexpensive, and a sweet little knife, thin blade stock, super cool. Digging this little guy right here. Oh, it's Lindy and Richie. I don't know what's going on here, but my chat quit working, so I haven't been able to see any of the chats. Lindy and Richie, what up? They were just at dinner with us, so I finally got to meet Lindy and Richie in person, which was awesome. They are ton of fun to be around, and just we've had a really great time. Hopefully they've enjoyed it as well, because I certainly have. Had a really great time at dinner tonight, just a lot of funny stuff, and yeah, it's been a good time. So I'll after I get through showing the knives that I got, I'll tell a few stories, some funny stuff that's happened while I've been here. Let's I think Yeah, I think this is the last one. So the last knife that I'm going to show you is also a Hogue. This is the Hogue Collector Series. And this one is pretty freaking cool. As far as I know, it just came out for the show. And now my chat, I don't understand what the hell's going on here. So the chat, I switched the mode of the chat, and then it shows the messages with this new Hogue model, and it's sweet, dude. This thing is really, really cool. So, hey, Jay Evans, what's going on, man? You're vertically challenged. So, I also met with Jay Evans, and like I said, I'll tell you a few stories here after we get through the knives, but there's some funny stories. And Jay Evans actually gave me a knife to bring home to review as well. And it's a pretty cool one. It's one that I wanted to check out for a while, so I'm pretty pumped about that. But this knife right here, this is a new Hogue OTF called the Counter Strike. Got a deep carry clip. It's kind of hard to show off the milling here on the back side of the handle, but this is the aluminum side of this knife, and it's a spine fired. It does have a glass breaker on the end here with a little kind of a nut assembly that holds the pocket clip on. On the other side, I don't know if you can see it or not, but right here there's a little part off the pocket clip that gives a lanyard hole. And then the show side is carbon fiber with all titanium hardware. And the carbon fiber is beautiful, as well as it's got some milling. It's not showing up in the light. I don't know if I can, oh, there you can kind of see it. But some really cool milling in the carbon fiber. But give this old girl a fire. It is a really sweet dagger blade. And again, made by Hogue, the Counter Strike. And it is in, I don't know if it's going to focus or not. I don't know if you can see it or not. Anyway, it is in Magna Cut. So really slim, really just, yeah, really great OTF, fires well, carbon fiber, aluminum, Magna Cut, double-edged, really sweet. So definitely digging that thing. Um, Super cool knife called the Counter Strike. Yeah, really cool one for sure. All right, so that's all the knives. I don't know. The chat just keeps going away. And now it's back again. So I'm not sure what's going on with the chat and why it's doing that, but that's what I'm dealing with on my screen. Sorry. Uh, yeah. I don't, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I can't keep the chat on screen. It stays there for a little while and then goes away. Yeah, Poncho, the M4 Hogue is really sweet. I was really pumped on the little fixed blade. It's a really cool one. And then, hey Zach, by the way, I shot a video today with John from Benchmade, and got to check out all the new Benchmade models and handle them and all that good stuff. Um, but yeah, this little fixed blade certainly caught my eye. Super thin blade stock, M4. This is the first knife that Hogue's ever done in M4, and yeah, really cool. Definitely dig it. It's got really great texture on the G10. It's just super grippy in hand, so that's really cool. So yeah, it's been a ton of fun down here. We've had a great time. Uh, Met tons and tons of people. Met like I said, a whole bunch of content creators and stuff that I'd never met before in person, like Lindy and Richie. And uh, I can't remember who else was all in here, but so, just to run down some of the people that I've been hanging out with for the last few days when it comes to content creators. Lee, Bama Knife Guy, that's who I met up with first on Thursday. And then, uh, of course, Jared and Kara Neves were down here, Lindy and Richie, um, uh, Tri-State EDC and his wife, uh, Bees Blades was here, Said Stevie, Mattis Faction, Knives Fast, Casey at Knives Fast. Oh, good Lord. I know there. Stasa 23, Lee LTK. Had a good time with him, hanging out and shooting the shit. Um, who else? I know there's more. I'm drawing blanks here. My brain's also a little foggy. Just it's been several days, not a lot of sleep and whatnot. So yeah, it's been it's been long days and whatnot. But um, man, I'm trying to remember who else is down here. So anyway, I'll probably think of some other people, and I apologize if I forgot you. I'm just yeah, brain fog at the moment. Um, Super Steel Steve, he's here as well. Yeah, so I'll tell you guys a pretty funny story that happened last night. Actually, we were we were all at dinner last night, and we there was a big group of us. Jay Evans, who's in the chat, he was at this dinner as well. Grateful Panic, he was there as well, and we had sat down at this restaurant that was in the kind of hotel pit area, if you will. I don't know the name of the restaurant, but we sat down and ate there, and there was maybe, oh, I don't know, and everybody's just talking and having a good time, and we got a whole bunch of people around this table, and we're just having fun. This was shortly after Blade Show closed yesterday, and so we get our food, or I think we were waiting on our food, is what was going on. And actually, Steve had purchased one of these knives right here, the Medford knife, and I asked him if I could take a look at it. And so he's sitting at the far end of the table and he throws it to me. Evan says he's a witness. Yeah. And so he throws me this table. It's a big rectangle. And he throws the knife. I catch it and I check it out for a little bit. Well, then other people wanted to see it too. So it got passed back to down to Steve. Well, so then sometime later, I had a little Swiss Army knife, the little 580 clip, the one that has the nail clip in it. And, you know, it's like this big. Um, and Steve saw that in my hand and he kind of like looked at me and kind of asked what it was. And so I kind of held it up, showed, and then I kind of like motioned like I would throw it to him. And he put his hands up to catch it. So I let it fly. And I'm gonna reenact this with my tea. But so I'm sitting at the far end of the table and I throw this little sack and it flies like this. And Steve's sitting right here. There's a glass of water right in front of Steve. And the little just hits the lip on the water glass and just blows the glass right out right in his face. And it just, you know, it looked like somebody took a bite out of the drinking glass. It was freaking hilarious. And so he like splashed with a little bit of water and broken glass like hit the chest and the knife like slides across the table and hits him and he's just sitting there staring at me like what the actual fuck just happened. And I mean I'm laughing my ass off, several other people are laughing, and the people that didn't see what was going on were like what the fuck, you know, there's a glass broken. And so the best part of the story though, so that glass gets broken and the whole glass didn't break. It just broke. It looked like someone took a bite out of the glass. And so once the wait staff sees that at that far end of the table, they're irresponsible or they're not responsible with glassware, then they ordered another round of beers and the wait staff brought them plastic cups and cans while you know all the rest of us at the responsible end of the table, we were still trusted with glassware. So, you know, I'm just saying, like when you have a rowdy end of the table, obviously shit was happening at the other end that was, you know, not up to par. So it was pretty funny. Man, my throat is just smoked. Man, this freaking chat thing is just killing me. It just keeps going away. Yeah, the kitty table for sure, man. Um, yeah, the when the glass broke, I was just like, holy shit. And I mean, it just barely hit the top of that glass and just that little SAK just shattered the side of it. It was freaking hilarious. So so that was pretty funny. And then I'm sure I'll you know what? I'm gonna wait until the end of this because I got uh yeah, for sure. Urban Woodsman. Pena was absolutely making street tacos. Thursday night, I ate four tacos. They were fantastic, really really good. So actually, he didn't make the second two. So I had two tacos in the beginning, and then several hours later, two more. But that's when it pretty well died down, and there was only like 10 people left, and then it was just kind of a free for all. But it was really good for sure. Um, yeah, yeah. I was definitely throwing my sack around and definitely took out took out a glass. So I don't understand what in the hell is going on with this. Sorry guys, I know this is shaking, but I'm trying to get this chat to work on the screen and it's just not happening. So anywho, yeah, hopefully it'll stay there. I don't understand what's happening here, but anyway, so and you know, there's just been so many great things that happened, and meeting everyone was amazing. Both of us were working booths, And so you really end up just, at table, and you just have constant people coming up. So you just really don't have a chance to really hang out much, And then at the end of it, once Blade Show is over each day, it's going down to the pit. I mean, there's just so many people down there, and I really don't think Lefty spent that much time in the pit, or at least I didn't see him down there. I don't know where he was during that time, so he may have just been tired and went up to bed. I really don't know. But I certainly talked to him on and off. I just didn't really get a chance to hang out with him much. I did hang out with certainly Lindy and Richie quite a bit, and you know, like I said, Lee and Super Steel Steve and um, Sean, who watches the show, hung out with him quite a bit last night, shooting the shit. Hung out with Stasa quite a bit, and of course Ben from Jack Wolf Knives and Cole. Yeah, I didn't see. Yeah, yeah. Knife Mutters says the same thing. They didn't really see him much other than in the booth, and that's really where I saw him as well. So I really don't know what he was doing in the evenings, but honestly, throughout the day, like I said, he was really hoarse on day one, so he may have not been feeling well because I didn't really see him in the evenings, partying it up or anything, and yeah, so don't know, but. Ben and Cole, who also worked in the Jack Wolf booth with us, certainly hung out with him. Cole was an awesome guy. This was the first time I met him. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, just met some phenomenal people and tons of other people. I ran into Serge Pacheco at breakfast Friday morning. Uh, Sat there talking to him for a while, about his new watch and stuff that's coming out. Super cool guy, and that was a lot of fun. And then tonight we stood outside of Cheesecake Factory after we were done eating, and there was a big group of us standing out there. And shortly before I left, Leon Ma came walking up, and you know, sat there and talked to him for a few moments. So that was really cool. And that's one of the really cool parts about being here. You just run into people like that. Leon Mom. And last night I spent most of the night drinking and carrying on and bullshitting with Tim Reeve, um, Chris Reeves now, and he's just a phenomenal guy. A ton of fun to hang out. Yeah, make for a ton of great memories and all of that good stuff. And certainly, I personally didn't take a whole lot of pictures, just because I was working a booth the whole time. And I did get some video. I did a few interviews with a few people, which you guys will definitely see those. Definitely took some pictures of some stuff. But it wasn't like I had all day to just run around and take pictures and buy knives and all that stuff. So, um, but it was still great. Oh, absolutely loved it. And really, it's about meeting all the people. Certainly the show is great, and seeing all the new stuff is awesome. But to me, the real fun is the stuff that happens after the show. Going down to the pit and hanging out and just getting to know these people that you chat with randomly from all over the country, and in some cases all over the world. Um, Hopefully my chat. This is frustrating, but the other screen that I have down here is behind like several minutes. So yeah, it's just really, really shitty setup here. Uh, did Jake give Ben my thank you gift? I'm not sure, Sinister. Uh, I'm not sure what the thank you gift was or is or anything like that. And then, so I know that Jake Jake did talk to Ben at one point this afternoon, so hopefully they got that whatever taken care of. Um, Real quick, I mentioned it earlier. The big purchase that I made for Blade Show, I bought a new grinder to do hollow grinds. So it's a 2x72 variable speed drive. It's a pretty sweet piece. So that stuff's all out in the truck. And I'll show it off when I get it home and get it set up and all that good stuff. So that'll be a good time. Anything that, any new stuff or whatever. Come on, this stupid thing. There we go. Yeah, and the screen that I have right over here is just pointless because it's so far behind. It's incredible. But yeah, it's been a really good time. Um, I've I've really enjoyed the time here and just getting to hang out and shoot with it's like Greg Medford and Tim Reeve and these kinds of people. It's not just meet and talk to those kinds of guys all the time. So that part's enjoyable and fun, and it's a whole lot of fun. So if this is something that you guys are into and whatnot, I would highly recommend coming to check it out because it really is a good time for sure. And I would assume, I just guess that they will probably be attending. I'm assuming they had a great time and will want to come back down here to Atlanta. I think that's a lot big. So it's definitely a big deal down here, and the room by the time you know it, day's over, and it's pretty wild how big it is, but it's a whole lot of fun, and I definitely recommend it. So if you guys and I fully plan on going to that show, and I know Zach, who's in the channel or in the chat, I mean, he's planning on going as well. Um, Sitting here flipping this new little American service knife. Pretty cool little thing here with S45 VN and hollow ground blade. Um, so all we're down. I think I'm just gonna keep this to like an hour here. We've already been going for like 52 minutes, and I'm tired. I'm gonna take a shower, get horizontal, losing my voice. Oh, real quick, actually, I'm gonna go grab one thing real quick, get over here, and I'll be right back. Just a second. Okay, so one of the guys, I also forgot to mention as I was talking about other content creators and stuff, Shane Gables, who I hung out with quite a bit, um, and Cue Ball was down here. Matisfaction, I don't know if I mentioned Matisfaction. The air conditioner just kicked on in my hotel room, so I don't know how loud that is, but certainly loud for me. Uh, and then Big Red EDC was here. Also, a Therapeutic Edge. And I know Christine was here, and I did see her a couple of times, but we never actually got the chance to meet. So I never spoke with Christine, but I did see her a couple of times, just walking with Peter. I did, however, meet Peter and talk to him. Um, so yeah, it was a lot of fun, and meeting all these people, putting a face to a name and all that sort of stuff. Um, I feel like there's other people that I'm forgetting and missing, so I sincerely apologize to those people. I just, yeah, I'm drawing a blank at the moment. But so Shane Gables, I told him that I had purchased this new grinder, and so he told me that he was going to give me a gift that could be my first practice knife on this grinder to do some work to, and we'll put it to good use and go on. And so what this is the Artisan Knives Small Archaeo, and it is the copper scales, and it's a D2 blade that flips like that right there. You can see that it's rusty as shit, um, and is just real gnarly looking. And the reason is that uh, Shane lost this knife and found it under his like in the cabinet under his bathroom sink. So it lived in a damp, moist environment for I think the better part of a year, maybe more. He found it there, and now it's just all rusty and, you know, has really sweet action like this. So, you know, we can mess around with this and see if we can actually do something cool with it and turn it back into, you know, maybe something better than it was originally. But yeah, so the small RKO gifted to me by Mr. Gables. I greatly appreciate it. It was funny. And so there you go. I got a rusty POS given to me, so that's fantastic. Let me see if I can get this chat back up again. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so, hey Spanky, what's going on? Ninth Modder said some of the most fun they've ever had. Awesome. I'm glad you guys had a good time. I did too. It was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, glad everybody else did as well. And yeah, project number one, Zach, that is correct. Definitely need some slick 'em all. That is for sure. So the I've got one story, and hopefully Richie and Lindy are still in here because they were witness to this story. But I figure I just better get out in front of it right now. So yeah, Spanky, everybody's doing well, man, and thanks for stopping by and checking it out. So last night, Richie and Lindy are probably like they know exactly what's about to be said. Um, Last night we were you know they're already laughing. Um, so and my wife who is probably throw something in the comments. So you know, and maybe this will come as a shock to some people, maybe not, I don't know, but you know, like sometimes when you're just like kind of joking around and playing and whatnot, and you go to punch someone or kind of push someone or something like that, and you just do it too hard, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. I've been known to do that sometimes. Uh, I, you know, don't do it intentionally. It's just, it is what it is. So last night, uh, we had a great time. It was a ton of fun. There's a big group of us, and having a great time. And I was getting ready to leave. It's like I had to run back to my hotel room and get some sleep, you know. And so I tell everybody goodbye and kind of walk around the circle, you know, and telling everyone bye. And then as I'm walking away, actually, I'm gonna show you a picture because this will help it out. I'm gonna grab my phone real quick. As I'm walking away, I look over and I see Super Steel Steve, who is on the phone like this with his right hand, and I'm walking from this direction, and I, you know, was gonna go up and just kind of, you know, give him the old hug or whatever and tell him later on, but I decided it would be way funnier if I walked by, you know, and just gave him a little nut tap, you know, just the tip, just to, you know, just brush the tip as I walk by. And so I'm walking by now. Now, granted, this was at 2 a.m. and I had been drinking a little. I had just been drinking some bourbon with Tim Reeve. So maybe I was a little drunker than I thought. I don't know. I didn't think I was very drunk because I certainly remember doing it. But I don't know. Anyway, I, I walk by and you know just give him the old little backhand as I walk by, but I do it like, you know, cognito style, so like I'm not making eye contact or anything like that. I'm just looking straight ahead, kind of flick my hand as I walk by, and he just fucking drops to the floor. And he says that I didn't get get shaft, tip, thigh, nothing, just straight right testicle. and and so anyway, he goes down, and all I hear, because I didn't even stop to turn around and look, like I just kept walking, and all I hear is everyone laughing behind me, as I walk away, and then I hear somebody say something like, and I'm thinking, that I just kind of like hit him a little bit, and then I hear something, and I turn around and look, and Steve is on the ground, literally on his knees, and 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 I don't even remember exactly what he said, but I could tell he wasn't real happy at that moment, and so I was like, at first I just thought, well, he just got pissed off. Mattisfaction shot heard around the world, right? Knife Matter said it made the loudest shot from a loudest noise from a nut shot ever. Um, yeah, see, I don't remember the noise part. I heard that. Sorry, here. God damn it. um, so so anyway, so I drive back to my hotel room, and I left my phone in the truck last night, and so I wake up this morning, and I didn't have my phone with me, and I didn't, I was kind of a little hungover, a little bit, had a little headache, so I just got up, showered, whatever, went out to the truck, and my phone's in there. Thankfully, it was plugged in, and the truck that I'm driving is old enough that the cigarette lighter has power when it's off. So my phone was fully charged. So that, however, I get in my truck to several text messages. One of which was from Lee Bam and I, and he has it says, "I think you got him way worse than you meant to," along with the photograph. And here is the photograph. So for those that don't know, that is Super Steel Steve, and he is not praying, or maybe he is. I don't know. He could be, but that was shortly after I, gave him a little a little nut tap, maybe a lot of a nut tap. Yeah. So anyway, with all that being said, and before anybody, before stories run wild or anything like that, Steve and I have already spoken and whatnot today. I fully apologized. Definitely did not mean to completely destroy his right testicle. The funny part about it is, and probably not very funny to Steve. So, yeah, Mimo, super sore Steve, that's a fact. Um, and Molly says he's thanking the Lord that someone finally touched him there. That's funny. Um, but if if you were gonna come back and he said, "Don't fucking come over here, just don't." Yeah, I thought he said something like that. It was hard to hear over where I was because I was quite a ways away, and so, but man, I can't even tell you. Like, I definitely did not mean to like actually hurt him. And the fucked up part about it is that last year when I was at Blade Show, it was me and Lee and Steve hanging out, and Triple B, Big Brown Bear, came up and like grabbed a hold of Steve, like to like kind of wrestle with him. And I don't even know because I didn't really fully see what happened to Steve's ankle. Either way, Steve's ankle got fucked up to the point where he was like limping the entire Blade Show, and his ankle was like black and blue. And so all I could think today was, so 2 years in a row, Steve's supposed buddies, last year it was Triple B, this year it was me, just beat the fuck out of him. Last year he was limping the whole entire time because of an ankle that got fucked up by Triple B. And then this year he's on his fucking hands and knees in the pit because I fucking nut tapped him. So, uh, yeah, it was, yeah, definitely didn't mean to hit him that hard, but shit happens. I felt bad. Um, and so Molly, so everybody else hears it now. Molly, we have to send him some Slick 'em all because that was all he wanted from me was some Slick 'em all. And by the time he asked me for it, I did bring some down here to Blade Show, but I was all out of it by the time that he asked me, and I completely forgot that he wanted some. So Steve, I'm gonna make it up to you, man. If you watching or if you're on here now, which I'm guessing you're not, because I'm sure that balls would be running across the comment section if he was. Um, but anyway, we're gonna have to send him some Slick 'em all, and I told him this morning that it was part of my master plan was to give him a really hard shot to the nuts, and that way I could sit around all day on Sunday and just caress his sack for him, which was really my ultimate goal. That's really what I was going for. So, um, it is what it is. Yeah, yeah, some pity lube, hun. Yeah, we have to send him some pity lube. So, yeah, definitely Sinister. I'm gonna tell him it's not for his growing area, but yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah, so Steve had a hell of a day yesterday at my expense. One, I broke a glass in his face, and completely unintentional. It was really kind of a trick shot because just hit the tip and right on the edge of the glass, and that happened. And then fast forward like 5 or 6 hours, and then you know just fucking around, nut tapped him, and he was down for the count. So so anyway, and then when I showed up at back at Blade Show today, uh, there were several people that had already heard about this nut shot. Like, I don't know how many people were there when it happened. I'm gonna guess like 10 or 15 or something. Um, but then I had several people come up and say something about it to me today. So that whole story ran wild, this morning or whatever. I don't know, because I certainly hadn't told anyone about it really, other than just the people that were there. But yeah, it was funny, but I definitely felt bad. It sucks to get hit in the nuts like that. I get it. Like, I've certainly been there. I know what it's like. Um, and yeah, that wasn't my intention. However, that's what happened. It's a bummer. I I hope that yeah, he forgives me. So there you go. No Justins allowed at Blade Show 2023. Yeah, who knows? It'd probably be better off if they didn't allow me in there, but it's good times. What up, P? Yeah, so OCD Junior just showed up in here and says, "Hey, um, I'll be heading down to see him tomorrow, and yeah, I'm gonna sleep tonight and head further south, get down to Pensacola, see what's up." So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Hopefully, it's not even hotter down there than it is here, because this is rough on a fat guy. You know what I mean? Oh, chilling at the airport between flights. Right on. Well, safe travels, kid. I will see you tomorrow. So, anyone else got any questions or anything they want to say? Richie and Lindy, hope you guys travel safely tomorrow. It was really great to meet you guys, and wonderful. It's hot AF down there right now. Perfect. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, safe travels, guys. Hope you make it back out west safe and sound. And I hope, Richie, I hope Rosie makes it out west safe and sound, and, doesn't go tip to tip with anything else, and get any scratches. Um, did you miss me? Yes, hun. You know, I always miss you. Um, What am I going to do to top that nut shot at Blade West? I have no idea. Um, it was, the titanium nut shot. Um, yeah, man. It was funny as hell when I was talking to Steve this morning, and I told him, I was like, dude, I just walked by and just, just a little, I was just trying to graze the tip on the way by. And and he's like, dude, you got fucking lunch boxes for hands, and it was funny. Um, but like I said, I've had nut shots before, and it sucks. I felt bad, and yeah, yeah, it was yeah, bad deal. But you know, the only thing I can do at the point is apologize for it because I done did it. Then, it's not like I can say anything other than the truth about what happened. It was a conscious decision. I'm not blaming it on being drunk or anything like that. Like, I fully remember making the decision. I'm gonna give him a little nut tap on the way by, and and I did, uh, and it happened, and he went down. And so that certainly was not my intention, but that's the way it played out. So I just got to quit doing that because yeah, it's not good. So what's going on, P? I don't know. The chat doesn't work well, so hopefully P, you don't have any issues. All I see is you have a problem, son, and then yes, I do. I don't know. Well, Molly, call your son and all jokes. Okay. Right on. So, anybody else got anything they want to say before I end this thing off and turn in for the night? Now my other screen seems to be working. Looked like I had some fuzz on the side of my hat. Did you hear of one knife been did did you hear of one knife been the blade show knife to get? I don't understand, Louis, what you're asking me. I feel like you're trying to speak to me. Are you saying just like which one was the most popular knife of Blade Show? Is that what you're asking me? Was there a Blade Show knife to get? Oh, um, well, Microtech did, the standard Ultratech that just says like Blade Show 2022 on it. And I did not buy one of those, but I'm sure several people did. I mean, that's kind of a, traditional thing at Microtech. Um, but as far as like the most popular knife at Blade Show, I would say without a doubt. Yeah, Spanky. Thanks so much for the super chat, man. It definitely is all fun and games till someone gets hurt. The problem is that anytime fun and games start happening and I'm around, it ends up with somebody gets hurt, and I need, like I said, I just got to stop doing that. Yeah, Jay Evans, it was awesome to hang out with you, man, and finally meet you in person. That was, yeah, it was a ton of fun. The whole thing is just a blast, so I can't recommend it enough. Uh, you know, Everybody that has any interest in coming and hanging out, it's just such a good time, and it's just a whole lot of fun. So, um, but back to the most popular knife of the show, I would have to say, without question, at least in my opinion, the most popular knife of the show was by far and away the Oz Machine Company Roosevelt. Um, that thing, I mean, people ran to that booth, literally ran to that booth to get every knife that he had. They all sold out as fast as he could check them out, taking people one at a time. Um, and multiple people got them. Richie from Knife Modders picked one up. It's absolutely gorgeous, and yeah, so he's super pumped on that, and that's fantastic. I'm super happy for him that he picked one up. Um, and I would say that was the most popular knife of the show was the Roosevelt, and I know that EMPDC certainly had a lot going on with the Nimble X, And there were several others too. You know, of course, like the mainstays that are just like perpetual popularity, if you will, like Koenig Arises and those kinds of things. I mean, those things sold out immediately, first thing in the morning and whatnot. There was some really sick Lou from Long Island. That's another guy I didn't bring up earlier. Lou from Long Island Knife Guy. Certainly hung out with Lou a whole bunch. He's a great, great guy. And he got one of the sickest TRM shadows. It is freaking gorgeous. Guaranteed he's going to be posting pictures of that thing. He also got just a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous Koenig Iris. I'll show you a picture of it here. Uh, it, it is fat purple. I think it's dark matter purple fat carbon. And so definitely, you know, stay tuned to everyone's Instagram and all that. Tons of pictures, tons of fun stuff that happened. Neves got the sickest Freeman, and I wanted to get a Freeman 451, and I went over to check them out this afternoon when I had a chance, and they had already picked everything up. Um, and then someone say something about Demco. All fun and games till someone loses a nut. I hear you, man. Um, the yeah, yeah. Hopefully they come out with a titanium cup. Oh, right on, Zach. Thank you so much. Uh, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I greatly appreciate it. Um, yeah, man, that's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, and I will definitely take P out and throw some groceries down his throat and whatnot. I'm excited to see my kid. I haven't seen him in ages. So, yeah. So, thank you so much. Yeah, that's amazing. Um, and Michael Morgan, I did not get any Demcos. Certainly, Demco was very popular, and there were people lined up, you know, all the way around the corner and stuff to get the 20.5 and then check out the new 22. I did handle the new 22. Um, there were a few people that picked up the full custom 22, and it was really, really a cool knife. I actually like the 22 quite a bit better than the 20.5 um, for multiple reasons, but it's a really cool knife. Also, you know, the 20.5 is a $150 knife, and the 22 was a $2,000 knife. But you know, that's neither near here nor there. But the 22, just the shape of it, the shape of the handle and stuff, I certainly liked it a lot better than the 20.5. Atlas lock. I don't even know. I don't know what the Atlas lock is. Zach, what are you doing, man? Thank you so much for the super chat, for the doll hairs. You definitely do not need to do that, but I greatly appreciate it. You guys are way too kind. Mimo, I'm not sure what the Atlas lock is. You'll have to refresh my memory. Maybe I'm just having a brain fart moment, but I don't know the Atlas lock. Oh, yeah. See what you did, Molly? Now you feel bad, don't you? So, there you go. The new Cold Steel. Oh, uh, I did not even have a chance to go over to the Cold Steel booth. I wanted to go in there a couple of times. That was another person that I saw was Jimmy Slash, and I you know, walked by very briefly and just kind of stuck my hand out and shook his hand when I walked by. But every time I had a chance to do some circulating, you know, matriculating around the floor, there was a bunch of people in the Cold Steel booth. So I never actually got a chance to walk in there. And the way that it was set up, it was like you had to kind of like go through on the back side to kind of get in. It was a cool setup, but it was a little different. And so I never got a chance to go in there. So I haven't even looked at anything new from Cold Steel. Um, and it was really just, again, I spent a bunch of my time in the Jack Wolf booth. And so I just didn't really have time to go and really take in the whole show. The few times that I did get out of there to run around, I was on a mission. Like I had certain things that I wanted to go and grab and then took off. Oh, yeah, Zach, I'm gonna have to check out your video because Molly told me you guys opened those packages from us. Zach, what are you doing, man? Thank you so much for. Yeah, I knew, Molly, that you would feel bad, and now Zach's throwing in another $5 to ice Super Sis's nut sack. Zach, thank you so much, man. Yeah, stop it. We greatly appreciate it beyond belief, but yeah, you don't need to do that. And yeah, we definitely appreciate it. But I will definitely tell Steve he needs to get an ice pack to ice his testes. So, any anything else? Anybody else got anything? Anything that you want to see again? What? Real quick. Yeah, no doubt, Poncho. He didn't blow all his money at Blade Show, so he's like, shit, I can blow a couple 20, $30, not a big deal. What do you guys think of this the ASK from Medford? Is this something that you guys like and think is cool, or no? It's definitely interesting, and it's going to have different different scale colors and stuff uh, available. I do have a tool here to pull a screw out. I was curious as to how this thing's put together. The favorite thing that I picked up, oh, without a doubt, my favorite thing that I picked up would be the grinder for sure. Um, but the other, I don't know. It's honestly out of the knives that I picked up, I think probably the coolest thing I think I picked up was that Hogue. Honestly, so here's one of the scales. So I just took off the screws. Here, I'll show you guys real quick. So here's the hardware. It's like a T25 or something. I didn't look at the bit first. I just grabbed the one that fit. Yeah, it's a T25. Um, but the hardware looks really good, and they're making the hardware in-house. I'm assuming it's Thai. It is. Definitely titanium's hardware. Here is the liner inside, and I don't know. I think it's Thai as well. It's kind of hard to tell because the steel from the tools is sticking to my magnet, but I think the liner is titanium. I could be wrong. Been wrong before. Actually, scratch that. Don't let my wife hear that. I'm trying to find something to break this loose here. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Love you too, hun. All right, so here I just busted a liner off. Here's what it looks like inside. You can see the back springs. You can see the corners of the half stops and all that stuff. It's very, very cool. And yeah, yeah, this is definitely not stainless steel. So these liners are titanium. And, you know, this thing definitely could utilize some slick-em-all, which would be cool. I didn't know if there was a pin in that one or not. It looks like, oh, that's the stop pin for the blade. Okay. That's what's going on there. There's a hole in this side, but there's only a pin here. There's okay. Well, I'll show you here real quick. So there's a center pin for the back spring. So you can see the back spring spreads across and puts tension on both sides of the tool. And then there's a pin here, but there's just a hole over here. And that's the stop pin for the blade that's on the opposite stack over there. But you can, you know, pull this stack off and put the scale back on and just make it a single stack knife. So this scale would, you know, sit like, if I can hold that straight like that. So it would just be a single stack instead of a double. But it's quite an interesting knife, something different, you know, and I definitely applaud Greg Medford for doing something different. That is really cool. And, you know, definitely very unique construction. And, you know, Ben Belkin actually, you know, with Greg put, and I think these are just reversible both. Yes. So yeah, it's an interesting knife. So once I get home and do some videos, or you know, maybe I don't know, I might do some videos from the road this week. Maybe I'm not really sure, but you know, I'll show you guys everything about this knife, and it's a pretty unique one. That's for damn sure. Yeah, good night, hun. Have a good night. Oh, you believe there's an Easter egg inside the scale? Let me check it out. Check it out. Oh, there is a little Easter egg inside the scale. I dropped the screw. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not. It's really, really small. And I doubt I'm going to get the light to shine. Ooh, maybe. So right here, right there, in these two bays right there, if you guys can see the little snake shape, it is the join or die logo right here. And then I don't know what it says in the bottom too. Let me take a look real quick. Looks like that's just a date. It says 33.68, 112.12. America. Oh, okay. It's really hard to read. I think, okay, so there's a bunch of stuff going on inside this scale. It's really difficult to read because the lighting's so shit in here. But around the circles in here, I think on this side it says liberty or death. And then on this side, yeah, America established 1776. And then it's got the join or die snake. That's really cool. I'm gonna have to look this over better when I have a flashlight and stuff to really hook my peepers on it, you know. But yeah, that's really cool. It's definitely different, that's for sure. And the packaging's really interesting. Like, yeah, it's just, you know, I just, so now I've dropped both screws. Oh, and they both fell in the similar spot. Um, the I really just picked it up to, support the project and whatnot, and I wasn't necessarily like looking for, this style of knife, but it's unique and definitely, very patriotic, and I hope, I hope Medford does well with it, just to, continue on and make cool attachments, because they're going to make, multiple different tools that'll go in this thing and all kinds of stuff. So you can make it a 3 stack, or I don't know about 4, but I think a 3, and, put different tools and stuff in there. So very, very cool. Right now they do have some different colored scales and stuff for it too. I know Steve picked up a green set of scales for his. So that'll be really, really cool. I dig it. And the Swiss Victorinox has had this type of knife locked up for forever and a day. So it's about time somebody challenged them a bit. You know what I mean? And I definitely, yeah, definitely like that. Good night, hun. Love you. Have a good night. Damn it. So here we go. Oh, damn. Yeah, I was going through here, doing a couple little things. Right on. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this tonight. Just a little hanging out, shooting the shit, sitting here in a hotel room in hot Atlanta, the dirty South, talking about Blade Show. It was a good time. Had a lot of fun. I think someone I saw asked what my favorite thing that I picked up was, and I think the Hogue OTF is pretty sweet. I've got to say that one of the things that I thought was very funny about Blade Show is when I tell you that everyone is doing Magna Cut, I mean literally everyone. Um, you know, even Case, like literally the slip joint knife company Case is making a flipper knife that is red, white, and blue with I can't remember if it may have even been Fat Carbon and Magna Cut from Case Knives. I didn't see the knife in hand. I just saw the advertisement for it, or they had like a big banner up for it. But it was just, yeah, not what I was expecting to see. But this one here is in Magna Cut. Tons of companies are working with Magna Cut now, pretty much everyone. Um, and it was everywhere throughout Blade Show. I mean, pretty much every single manufacturer is using Magna Cut to some extent. And the other thing that I noticed was a lot of stuff getting thinner, which I am absolutely all about. Um, like this little M4 knife from Hogue, super, super thin blade stock, and I absolutely love that. Now, without being said, I, on the other hand, am not getting thinner, but the knives are, and I love it. So that part's really, really cool. Um, but yeah, and I love the Nimble X that I got here is really bitching as well. So I was able to pick up a few cool things, and but without a doubt, I got a fancy new tool, so that's certainly my favorite thing that I picked up this week. So anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that, and yeah, I'll be posting up some videos and whatnot. I'm gonna sleep tonight and get horizontal and then hit the road so I can drive down to meet with my son tomorrow. So hope everybody had it dropped Friday at SMKW and sold out. Okay, the Case knife with the Magna Cut. Yeah, I don't know what that knife was, but I think it was an SMKW banner stand or something that I saw that had that case knife on it. Um, but anyway, hopefully everybody's having a good time. Anyone that attended Blade Show, I hope you really enjoyed it. Um, we've had a lot of fun. It's been a blast. I'll tell some more stories and stuff when I get back home and actually have a chance to you know get everything home and have a decent setup and whatnot. We can talk more about it. Maybe I'll bring some people on the live stream or whatnot. Maybe Lindy and Richie can come on and I have Bam on or somebody. Who knows? We'll bring some guests on and talk and reminisce about some stories and whatnot because we certainly had a lot of fun. So yeah, hopefully everybody gets home safely tomorrow. That's yeah. My Bad Adventures. That's another guy that I met at Blade Show, and yeah, it was super awesome to meet guys and put a face to the name and that sort of stuff. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, it's what makes it so enjoyable and makes you want to come back and do it all over again. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna jump up out of here, go to bed. I'm tired, and hopefully my voice will be back to normal tomorrow. For everyone that's traveling, I hope you have a good one, safe travels, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace. I'm out.